Hi guys, right then, let's start the colour along. I'm going to start in this bottom corner. I know you can't see the whole page, but I wanted to get a little bit closer. As we're colouring, excuse me. So I thought we'd start with this little fish in the bottom corner. So I'm looking for sort of some darker oranges for highlights, like a lighter orange, lighter yellow maybe, some dark oranges. So let's go. So I'm going to use my Staedtler, and I'm going to use the orange for the yellow, warm yellow 43, and then the scarlet red 24. So yeah, we'll try those. Oh, hold on, no, that 43 is actually light orange. Apologies, light orange. So they're the ones I'm going to use. So I will, I got these cards. You're gonna have to bear with me. This is my first ever colour along. So I did some cards. I was trying to do the right thing. So I got some cards here. So if I put those there, these are the three colours that I'm using. Can you see those? No. Okay. Try here. Can you see those? Yay. So what I would do, I'd always start with a darker colour first and go around. I'm going to do the fins very dark. So again, very, very light pressure. Fine liners. You don't need lots of pressure. And then around the fish, let's do a dark bit here. And start at the fins. I'm just going to chat along as I do it and talk about the process. So I don't tend to pre-plan I think I might do these like a slightly lighter colour. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Let's do the head darker. I don't pre-plan the colours too much. I like to just let it unfold. So even with this fish, I knew I wanted to do like a gold fish, like an orange fish, but I really wasn't sure what kind of colour or where to go. I'll just do it as I start putting it on, to be honest. So people are different though. Some people will plan out all the colours before they actually start. I'm just not that organised. When I did the swatches for this tutorial, it's the first time I've ever done that as well. But that was actually quite good. I learned quite a few things in this one. Just swap into the number 4, the orange now. I learned quite a few things. So yeah. Saw a few colour combinations popping up at me that I haven't tried before. So what I'm doing with this lighter orange now is I'm actually just going to go next to wherever I've done the darker orange and kind of go over it slightly again. Small circle technique. Light, 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 light. You really don't need to be touching that paper very hard at all, because the fine liners will just, the ink will just flow and the colour floods on. Right, I definitely want the fins. I'm going to go all the way across, actually darker, so complete those. I'm just going over the edge of where I did the darker colour. Ooh. Yeah, so I don't, as I was saying, I don't always start. I pick like one area, like in this case it's the fish. Start with the thing, that one thing, and then yeah, just see how it progresses. I mean, looking at this picture with the lily pads and the flowers, I'm definitely going to use obviously some greens on the lily pads, some pinks maybe for some of the flowers, and then the background will be probably a light blue, obviously. I'm just going to outline these bits now around the edge. I might actually do those scales a little bit lighter yellow, so I'm going to get another lighter yellow as well. Right then, fill that in. And now I'm coming in with my light orange, number 43. It's really weird having numbers and names for the colours. And then I'm just going to touch up on the little bits of white there. And then go where I've used the orange. Just add the light orange on there. I'm trying to get a bit of blending happening, so circular movements. Now what I would normally do now, so looking at that, you see how some of these bits here aren't blended. So there's quite a bit of variation, for example, here. You have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold here. So I'm just going to do a few dots. Gives a bit of texture and just sort of smooths that blending in. Along here wasn't too blended, there we go. And now I'm going to do the fins there. I'm going to go with the light orange, I think. No, I'm going to go with the orange. I'm just going to outline, go over the black lines. And then I'm going to go over it in a yellow, I think, to try and let's make it these scales lighter. Joanna's drawn the scales to stick out a bit, so let's highlight them a bit. So I'm now going to get quite, not just a normal yellow. I'm going to use, sorry, I'm just going to use the normal yellow, not the bright yellow. So this is number 1 yellow. If you haven't got these are all Tri Plus. If you haven't got the Tri Plus, just get the, you know, colours that match as best you can. Now what I'm going to do is get the darker orange. So I'm going back to, sorry, Scarlet Red, number 24. And I'm just going to outline the fish over the black lines. I tend to go over the black lines quite a lot. I don't know, it looks a bit better. Don't worry too much, as I've said before about if you kind of go over it and it's you're not perfectly on the line, because when you look at the overall picture you really don't notice. Over there. I'm just going to go over the black lines on that. And those first ones there that I didn't do in the yellow. Over the black lines here. And here. There we go. That's a little fish done. Now we're going to move on. Let's move these. I'll do the eye in a bit. So now we're going to move on. Let's do maybe this lily pad here. Start with some greens. So let's have a look with the greens. What have we got? Now Tri Plus are pretty good on the greens as well. So let's use sap green, light green, very light green. Okay, I'm going to use here 52, 51 and 53. Oh, there you go. So let's get the colours. So I'm using 51, 52. And where's 53? 53. There we go, those ones here. We're just going to do a couple of plain. I'll probably might add in a little bit of a yellow as well. We will see. See when we come on to it. I'm just going to start to do, I'll do a couple of these lily pads here. Maybe that one and that one. Maybe those three. Let's do those three. And we'll see how we go. And I won't talk all the time. Excuse me. So with this one, when I look at this, there's obviously, well, this one to me looks like you could either go darker in the centre here and out, or you could do it the other way around and dark from the outside going in. But because all these lines kind of merge here, I would say dark on the centre here going out. That's what I'm thinking anyway, so that's what I'm going to try. So I'm going to do that. I'm starting with the sap green, the darkest one first. And all I'm going to do is just outline, go over the lines that go through to the outside. It's actually very different colouring here with the book on the table, because normally when I colour, I've got the book on my lap, so I colour on the sofa with like it's one of those kind of lap table lap. It's like a cushion on your lap with a hard top. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, and I colour on those, so I've got it quite close to me, and I'm constantly moving the book around. So I can sort of see what's going on. This is actually, I'm learning this as I'm going along here on this one, I tell you. Right, I'm going to do some dots on this one. Now with this one, because there's quite a few lily pads, just because I'm going to do less dots on that one, so I want those to be slightly brighter. Oh, I missed one there. Because we're doing, I'm doing the lily pad this way, doesn't mean I've got to do all the lily pads the same. So I can try different things on the lily pads. I think with any colour, I'm just going to grab the willow green now. I think with, and again, I'm going to do the dot technique. So I think that's going to be the best blending for these lily pads. What I might do though is, so for these, I'm just going to colour solid green parts of it. What was I saying? Yeah, with it, so just because I'm doing one technique on this one doesn't mean I've got to do that on all of them. So I might try some different things on different ones. Let's see how I feel. Do what the mood takes you. That's what's great about this hobby of ours, isn't it? It's just so, anything that's creative, really, a creative outlet. You just, yeah, go with the flow. Do whatever you want to do. I don't know if you can hear that. My dog's at the door trying to get in, so excuse me 1 second, just while I open the door. Oh, okay. Come in then. If you signed up for this channel looking for a professional YouTuber, that's not gonna happen with me. It's just me, Beck, sharing. I'm using the lime green now, sharing a hobby I love and doing what I do. Got my dog trying to come in, wants to gate crash the video. I love my big boy. He's a big Rottweiler, but he's the biggest sook, the biggest soppy, gentle giant. Yeah, he's lovely. Okay, I'm like while I'm doing this, I like the dots on there, but I do want a bit more solid colour in some of them, I think. So, because that light green really doesn't show up that much, does it? So what I might do with this one, a bit like how I did it on there, I'm just going to go over with solid colour, just doing small circles on a couple of these. Maybe that one there, that one there. Maybe this one here. There we go. And then just around the edge to soften that line, I'm just gonna colour, just trying to soften that dark green outline. I did a little bit, and just kind of going over it and bringing this light green out. It's just to soften that. There we go. Okay. Now, question is, what do I do? I think I'll now go for that. Should I go for another colour altogether for the outline? Why not? What else have we got? Let's use something lighter. Maybe what's this one? 550. Again, I'm still on the Tri Plus. I got a pale green here, 550. Pale green. What's this one? Just a slightly different green for there, so I'm just going to outline. I did wonder, this is my first kind of Colouralong, so I will sort of chat and stuff like that. All I'm doing here, by the way, is just going over the black lines, and sort of it will nearly fill it in because it's quite a small space, but it won't totally, so I will go over. With these videos, I'll try a few different ones. I know, see, I don't, right now, sorry, just swap into the lime green just to now fill in that bit. I will try a few different ones. This is my first one, so I'm just going to chit chat and kind of talk through my process as I'm doing it, just to give you an idea of what's going on in my head, which could be a good or bad thing. Living in my head is not always great. I like Planet Bex. It's a bit odd. But yeah, just the thought process as I'm doing it. But I'll also maybe do one that just has music on, because some of them do that, don't they? But I quite like that. That's that finished. So I'm going to do this one now and keep it fairly similar, I think, because I actually quite like the way that's come out. So let's do this one. Yeah, what was I saying? So I'll try one with just music. I'm going to try and do this all in one go. But I'll also try and do maybe one in parts. Yeah, I don't know. It's all just trial and error. I just wanted to, I used to, on my Instagram, I was getting lots of questions about, you know, what fine liners I used, or how I did it, and lots of lovely compliments as well. So I just wanted to, and I answered I was answering quite a few questions on Messenger, or direct message in Instagram. So really, I just wanted to share a little, really, I suppose, because I love this hobby. I think this hobby is fantastic. It's not overly expensive compared with some. I myself find it very, very relaxing. I colour at the end of every day. I had a while there, probably about a year ago, where I had a kind of a 6-month break, I just lost my colouring mojo, which is really weird. It was really, really weird for me. And I'm just swapping now to the willow green. Yeah, it was very, very strange. But instead of, I think I just swapped one for another, because instead of colouring, I was playing a lot of online Scrabble and Candy Crush. I know not everyone likes it. I do. I still do play it, but I was doing a lot of that, so it's like I swapped one kind of hobby for another. I find with Candy Crush and that, it's a bit like colouring. It actually relaxes me. It quietens my brain. I have quite a busy job, and yeah, with at the end of the day, sometimes I need something that just is kind of uses my brain, but quietens it down. It's hard to describe, but yeah, Candy Crush and that does that for me. But colouring, oh, it's definitely my number one relaxation. Real therapy, I think. Real downtime and, you know, me time. And because it's always at the end of the day, so I've made the tea, sorted out the boys, you know, I had the shower in my PJs, everything like that, and I sit down and the TV's on, so my husband's watching the TV or whatever, so the TV's on, so I'm sort of half watching it. It's quite good because it means I can watch lots of things, because I'm only half paying attention and I don't remember it. I'm like, have we watched this film before? And he's like, yes, watched it last week. I'm like, oh. I can watch it again because I don't remember it. Yeah, I just don't remember them. See, with this one now, because I'm kind of copying what we did on the last one, it's obviously a lot quicker. I'm now moving to the pale green for the outline. Yeah, it's obviously a lot quicker. Now this one's much thinner, so it means when I'm doing the outside parts of it, like here, they're fully coloured. This is much more awkward sitting at the desk. Oh. But some of it isn't fully coloured, so the bits that aren't, I will get my lime green and colour it in. Okay, that's the greens. So this one, let's do something, I'm going to still use the greens, but we'll maybe try something a little bit different. So I'm going to go lines. So let's try some just straight lines on this. So again, I'm going with the dark green, the darker green. So this is the 52. Okay, that's my other dog at the door. Do excuse me while I let her in. Alright, bring it away. Come on, you coming in? Come on then. Good girl. That's dog number 2. And she's an old, well, old, she's 12. An English Staffordshire Bull Terrier. A Staffy. And we've got I'm in Australia. You can tell from my accent that I grew up in the UK. I'm from Birmingham originally. But I live in Australia now. I've been here 16 years. Absolutely love it here. I miss all my friends and family in the UK. I do love the UK, but I backpacked out here in 1997. Yeah, just fell in love with the country. We used to go on here holiday all the time, and yeah, we just decided to give it a go, my husband and I. And we've never looked back, really. It's hard. It was hard the first couple of years, getting settled and, you know, no family and friends or anything, but you build up You build up your own friend circle and stuff, and they become your family. Right, with this one, what I'm going to do is, so I've just done it on dark. I'm going to do lines now rather than dots, I think, just for something different. But I'm going to do different coloured lines to get different colours in the different sections. So let's do this one. I'm now holding the fine liner quite upright to get thin lines. Let's do this one as well. And I'm going to swap to the medium green, number 51. Now I'm going to swap to the pale green. I don't know if it works with that one. Can't really see the lines, can you? Right, with this darker one now, I'm actually just going to go over. You'll keep the lines, but I'm actually just going to go over because I don't want the white. So it'll keep the lines there, but going over with the pale green will just colour in the background. There we go. I'm going to do what we did before, and but with the medium, and just soften that edge. It's a little bit harsh, so I'm just doing small circular movements, going directly over that dark line, and just out a little bit. There we go, just to soften it. Almost like a little bit of a shadow there. There we go. So, that's all right with the lines. Oh, well, I've got this pen. I'm just going to do it full block colour this time, because it's so small on this part here. That's a bit white there. Don't like white. There we go. A bit white there. Okay, so that's two. Right, let's do something else now. Let's add a bit of colour. Let's maybe do a couple of the flowers here. Let's do these two. And let's go with some pinks, I think. Pink and yellows and stuff would be the obvious one for flowers. So there's my greens out. Let's have a look. What pinks do I want? I think I'll go, I'd love my number 61 red violet in the Triplus, so I'm definitely going to use that. And then just a lighter pink. I'm just actually using my colour chart thing I did, which I've never really done before, so this is interesting. 56, let's use 56 in the Stablo. 56 in the Stablo, so that's that one, which is, there we go, that colour. So so pretty bright. And then we're going to want a nice light one for the edges. So I'm going to use number 21, which is just a very light pink. So they're the three we're using. Hope you're getting these right. So let's do this one here in the pink, and we can do the other one maybe orange and yellows. So again, a bit like the lily pad. I'm looking at this and it's naturally quite dark the way Johanna's drawn it in the centre, so I'm just going to follow the lines in the centre for the dark. Take that middle one up a bit. And what I might do with this one as well is do a tiny bit of dark on the ends. A bit more of that. Now, as I'm doing this flower, this one's got the outline as well. So I'm just wondering, do I do the outline in like gold, or or do I go a light pink? The good thing about the metallic gel pens, when we've touched on them, I could do a light pink, and then if I decide, oh, I don't like that, I should have done the, metallic outline, I'm just swapping to the pink colour now. I can actually do that and it will go over it quite well. Now this is the Stabilo pink. A little bit darker than I thought it would be. That's all right, we'll make it work. Alright, now I've done that and I'm looking at that and you can see the white that's left. I just want it to be a little bit more uniform. And then I'm just going to go over that one because, and I'm going over the black lines now to break up the petals, to define the petals a bit more, but also because the light pink I'm about to use to go over it all will then blend the darker line a little bit more as I'm going over it. So I'm now going the light pink. There we go. Just taking that over that purpley colour a bit. It's kind of made it pinker, hasn't it? Which means I need to go over those end bits to make those that pinker colour. This is that thing where it changes the colour when you add to them together. Okay, I like that, but it's a little bit block colour, so I'm just gonna dot on that lighter area just to kind of blend it in a little bit more. Some of them are not as blended as others. That'll do, leave it alone, Beck. Right, that's one. Okay, now that one there is probably the same flower, so I'm just gonna do that one. Here's a really great example where fine liners can be better or easier than pencils. Just look how small that is. I wonder if you can hear my dogs snoring in the background. They're both they're both lying down. And all I can hear is big snoring. Not sure if the my phone is picking that up or not. There we go. Okay, so we have the little pin. So I'm going to leave the outside yet because I'm not quite sure. I haven't decided yet what to do with that. So let's do a orange and yellow on that one here. So I'm just going to pull out. I really like the yellow Stabilo. So that's the Stabilo number 44, which is called, yeah, just yellow. No, there you go. And yeah, I like the light orange that we used with the fish in the Tri Plus. So we got light orange and the yellow in the Stabilo. If I can find it, bear with me a second. I need to get a bit better at finding these, there we go, finding these ones for you, don't I? And then the very light Tri Plus 10, light yellow Tri Plus. There we go, those. Let's try that. And saying that as well, I'll just use the orange Tri Plus. Oh, you know what one it is. It's the one we used with the fish, just for this centre one. Got something dark there, because I'm just looking at that, and that's just screams out to me dark. Okay, so I'll use the orange there as well. So I'm going to use the light orange, and this time we're going to go dark coming out light. That's darker in the centre. Following the lines of the shape, I should say, of the little flower, the dark flower bit there. Now I'm going to use the yellow Stabilo 44 and slowly going over small circles. Now I'm going to use the light yellow Tri Plus, and this one I will go over slightly to blend. But you don't need to, there we go. It's quite close to the other yellow, so you won't, if the closer the colours are, the less you have to kind of go over to blend them in. You know what I mean? So because this light yellow is not that dissimilar to the normal yellow, I don't have to go over and try to blend them too much, because they naturally will blend a bit better anyway. I like that little yellow flower's quite poppy. I'm not sure what to do around the outside. I think do I go orange? No, I think orange would be too dark, so let's go the light orange. And again, colour that in. What I might do though is, well, I'm definitely going to attack this one with my attack it, sounds bad, doesn't it, with my gel pen, metallic gel pen. This one definitely will, but I tend to do that towards the end of the picture. go. Actually, while we're on that, if we nip back to the very light pink, and we'll just go around the outside of the light pink as well on the pink flower while we're here. I like the brightness of Fineliners. Don't you? They're just, oh, bright colours. Turning that white paper into beautiful bright colours. I'm open to feedback, by the way. If there's I welcome feedback if there's stuff I'm not happy with that blending there. Anyway, okay. Feedback on the videos. Yep, give me all the feedback. Okay, so we've got some lily pads here. We've got this. So let's tag this lily pad. What we're going to do with this one? I think with this one, green on the outside, and then let's do some different colour on the middle. We've got a bit of pink yellow already going on, so maybe some turquoise. Yeah, how about some green on the outside and some turquoisey going to a lighter blue or something? Or shall we go like a pink colour, pink salmony colour? Let's go back to the greens first. So it's the same ones that we used for the lily pad here, or the same for range. I'm going to go with the darker one first, the sap green, just to outline this part. Yeah, so what colour shall we do the that inside colour bit? I think go turquoise, yeah, turquoises. So when I'm doing the pictures, I try to use, like, if I think right, I've got my reds, oranges, yellows, pinks, greens, blues, turquoises. I want to use them all, and then also the browns and stuff. I want to be able to use them all at some point, so it's nice and colourful. So you've got the kind of rainbow range of colours being used. I'm going to go now, I'm going to go with the willow green 51. And I'm doing small circles because I want that blend a little bit on this one. I'm just going to go full kind of colour here, no dots or anything. But I would like some blending. But I am going to follow here, by doing the blending, follow the shape of this that's already done. So I'm kind of ignoring that dotted line bit. I'm going to bring this green out a little bit more. And then I will go to the light green now. Is that the same colour green? Yeah, it's not good. So I was just seeing if I had a kind of a green in between this lime green. That's a little bit lighter, but what I'll do, so this lime green, I didn't want it too light. So with this lime green, I'm going to go do a couple of layers. So I'm doing circular again, but I am actually going over quite a few times because I want this lime green as dark as it can be. I don't want it as light as it is over here. So what I'm doing to get that is, as you can see, going over it quite a few times. So what I kind of want here is a smooth blending. I want a smooth transition of colours. Smooth transition of solid colours, yeah. So I don't want to use the dots at all. So with the lime green, I'm not only layering quite a lot, I'm also going over the other two there. There we go. Okay, so now let's go turquoises, because I've not used them yet. I'll show you my favourite combination of turquoises. I think it's one of the combos I would have put on. It's the darker turquoise. Well, they're both called turquoise in the... I can't talk and find the things at the same time. I spent ages yesterday, you know, doing these little swatchy card things, thinking, oh, that'll be good, and I'll just pull that out. Yeah, well, that's great when you can find the one that you want. Hey, well, when you can't find the one that you want, you waste so much time trying to find the correct card. The Tri-Plus one is called turquoise. Hey, there's the Tri-Plus one, turquoise. I got there in the end. And the Stay Below one. Pick a colour, any colour. There we go. Turquoise. And I'm actually going to use a neon yellow. Now, surely you guys don't need the thing for the neon yellow. It's the Tri-Plus Neon Yellow 101. So I'm going to use those two turquoises. And then the Tri-Plus. So what I'm going to do here is dark going light. And because I've only got two, I'm going to do a different amount on each one to give some variation. You have, I suppose it's like when you colour with pencils, you must have your favourite kind of pencils. I'm just going to go over each line on here so we've got some definition on the actual individual. These aren't petals, what would you call these? Diagonally things on the lily pad? I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, you get your favourite pencils and I've got my favourite fine liners. This darker turquoise colour for the 0.88s is one of my favourites. I like this one, and the one they call purple, but I think it's more like a dark red, is probably one of my other favourites. Right, okay. Now I'm going to get the Tri-Plus turquoise, which is naturally, oh, these just go together so well, naturally a lighter turquoise, or naturally, they're both called turquoise, but as you can see they're different. When I say naturally, I mean without adding any other colour. Right, now I feel the need to dot. And that's because just on the ends, what I want to do is, I might have, yeah, I think I did this effect with when we were talking about colour combinations with the blues maybe. I want to put the neon yellow. But the neon yellow, obviously to the turquoise, is a big colour difference. So you need to have the dots to blend. So I've now got the neon yellow. Move these out of the way now. And I'm going to go from the top downwards. And with the neon yellow, it will change that turquoise into a green. And that's why I'm going from top downwards, because I don't actually want to go over too much of the turquoise. I don't want it to just all go into green, because I might as well have coloured with a green one if I do that. So I'm basically filling the white and then filling the white dots with dots and going over and blending it that way. I'm sure half the time I'm not making sense, you know, but hopefully you get the gist by actually watching. You've probably muted by now. I'm probably talking to no one. You're probably like, oh my God, I like colouring, but I can't stand a yakking. And that's okay. Just mute. Press the mute button and stick on your favourite tunes. Okay, I like that. Yep, that's good. Now the question is, what colour line should we do here? I'm going to go the light turquoise, I think, this one. But I think this will definitely be one that will be dotted. I'm just very, very lightly filling in the turquoise. It almost looks sort of like a blue colour. Well, I suppose it is a blue colour, isn't it? Being careful not to go onto the neon part. There we go, we got a nice blue. Yeah, that's okay. I can live with that. There we go, very nice. Right, okay. So we've done those now. We're gonna. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of this one. Maybe do these two. These. Oh, sorry, these long ones here, and then we'll just start doing a bit of background. Okay. So let's just get this edge of the lily done. So maybe do a stripy one like that one. So sap green. It's a bit awkward. Willow green. And our lime green. And the white. Soften that edge. And then willow green. And that must be just there, that must be the edge of a lily. Right then, that's that one done. So there's quite a lot of green here, so I don't want to do just more green necessarily here. So I think I'm going to do this like a, oh, that's actually a flower, not a leaf there. Okay, so let's do the yellows that we used. So you know let's use that yellow combination there. The orange and yellows. Triplus, 88 triplus. So I'm just going to do, it's going to match this a little bit more. Maybe make it less orange and more yellow. I'm just going to do the bottom. there's going to be a bit of shadow there, so I'll just put a bit more darker where the shadow is. I'm going to dot this one, because I didn't dot that one. And that was the light orange. Now using the Stabilo number 44 yellow. Just taking that up a little. Going over where the dots are and then basically doing some more dots. And then on the light yellow Tri Plus, going from the top down, I don't need to blend that too much because it's actually quite similar. Okay, so there's the flower. I nearly missed that. I thought that was a leaf. So there's the flower. So yeah, with these leaves, I think what I might do is some of the brown colours, maybe. Yeah, let's do some browny yellow. So there's one of the other Tri Plus. Oh, hold on. One of the other Tri Plus colours I really like. So we got number 16 I'm going to add into this mix, which is, she says, I'm trying to find the pre-prepared, it's their golden ochre. If you don't have that, just a very light brown, or you can substitute if you don't have that kind of colour, maybe an orange or something. So for this, let's use that with this light orange yellow and light yellow, because that's what we've used for the flower. So with this brown, I'm going to go over a line here. Do it at the top. I'm basically do the same for each leaf. This combo I'm about to do is one I think I definitely showed in the colour combinations, because it's one you can use to emulate gold. You know, if you're colouring in something that's metal, it's gold. I'm trying to think what I think might be an Enchanted Forest book. There's a sundial or north, south, east, west type thing, and gold around the edge. And I use this combination to get that gold effect. Okay, so that's in the ochre. Oh, hang on, I've missed two. That wouldn't have been good, would it? Now I'm going light orange, which kind of feels a bit weird, but it does work, trust me. Very small amount. The light orange here is really more about getting in that transition from the brown to the yellow. So whilst, as you can see, I did quite a bit of brown, this light orange is a transition colour. So you only need a bit. Just on the edge of that small circles. now I'm going with the yellow colour. Over the edge of the orange, and I'm going to leave just a tiny bit of white for the light yellow. You'll hardly notice it because the light yellow is very similar to the yellow. And you could even leave it white, to be honest, if you really wanted it to look like a kind of highlight on the leaf. Not enough room there, so that one I'll just complete the yellow. Sometimes you misjudge it and you don't leave enough room, or you leave too much room. Trial and error and experiment. So you could leave it like that with the white, and it kind of looks like yeah, it kind of like, you know, like a shine. But yeah, that, I suppose that'd be more if you wanted more metallic, but if I just want to fill it all in. And this is with the light yellow, the Tri-Plus light yellow. There we go. And that's good. So let's move those over. So that's that colour combo there. So we're gonna, I'm now looking at this, maybe, we haven't got any reds anywhere, so maybe let's do a deep red for these here. And then that can be, oh, I haven't used purple yet either, but I think I might use some purples around here. So let's do those red though. And I want to use my one of my other really favourite Stabilo colours, which is this one, which is called purple, but it's so not purple. It's actually a they call it purple. I don't call it purple. There we go. It's more a red. So I use that and then combine that with the Tri-Plus red on there. So they're the two I'm going to use for this, just along here. This will be nice as well because it'll go near the orange fish. Now with this one I could do the same thing with, let's do the same thing. Or should we go out? So do I just do dark and then in the centre going out to the red, or do I do the little, you know, decisions. Let's do it the same as that. And we'll do this one red as well, I think. Yeah, why not? So this is quite dark, as you can see as I'm putting it down. The beautiful colour though. Really like this colour. I think these are the, I'm calling them cycle, they'll be from the same little branch. So that's with that deep red. I'm now swapping to the Tri-Plus. because these are quite small, I thought I'd only be able to do 2 colours, and some of them I have, like that leaf there. But a couple of the bigger ones, I've probably got room to add a bit of a highlight colour, so maybe an orange. So think of your rainbow, so your red, like your purple, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, that kind of transition. I always keep that in mind when I'm thinking of, you know, what colour would I combine or put next. So see, you got a little bit there, so I'll get the Tri Plus orange, so just that one. Oh. And I'm just going to highlight that, not go over, really just fill in that white area. I don't want to go over the red because I don't want the red to be too much of an orangey red. There we go, that looks nice. And I think I'm going to use that same one along this one as well, because they kind of look the same. So still using the same combo. I'm just going to outline. Right, let's do this one. Now, if you haven't got the Stabilos and you've only got the Tri Plus, I did show in my colour combination video, you can use the one that's like the darker pink colour, the one that we used for the centre here. And if you use that and then with the red Tri Plus go over it, it turns into like a deep velvet red. So you can do that and you'll get the same effect as you've got here. I think there's no way on this one that we're going to get too many with orange on, not enough space. I think my dog wants to go out. Hold on a second. Here we go. Where was I? So I'm just filling these in as much as I can. Oh, went over a bit there. That's okay. You won't notice it in the picture overall. I'm just going to shut the door. I did say at the beginning of this, try and get it all done. That's just not going to happen, is it? I didn't realise how long. When I'm colouring, because I get kind of like into the zone and I'm sitting on my sofa or TV's on or whatever, hours can go by and I don't even realise it, so I don't actually realise how long things take. So I'm actually thinking now, this is probably going to be at least a 2-part Colouralong, because you're not going to want to sit there for 2 hours. So what I might do is I'm going to obviously finish this section, do some background and stuff. And then, yeah, do it as a part 1 and a part 2. Okay, so that's the dark one. And just do the line. Oh. There's my dog at the door. Right, now we're going to get the Tri-Plus red. Come on, Nelly, come in. You coming in as well? Come in or out? Come in then. So going back to the red, I might have enough space just in this top one to do a bit of orange. I don't, yeah, I'm not going to have enough for the others. So the others I'm just going to go, let's just go red for this one. Okay, so maybe here we will go with the green because we've got the green here. So maybe this and this should be green just to balance out the colours. So if we go with our, should we use it? No, let's use a different green. There's a really nice I did it in the tutorial. There's a really nice olive green, Tri-Plus olive green, and what's the other one called? Earth green, is it? Green earth, sorry. Let's move these. So this colour combo is olive green and green earth. Yep. And green earth number 55 from the Tri-Plus and 57 olive green. So I'm just going to use this combo for these bits of leaves here. You've got this long one just coming straight up. I'm literally just going to colour in this earth green. Okay, and this one, I will with this one just fade out. So I'm just going to do a darker colour at the bottom. I'm doing kind of strokes with this one because I noticed when I colored that bottom bit, this is really flooding with ink. I don't know if it's because they're new. It's kind of like, you know, as soon as I'm touching the paper, yeah, it's just a lot of ink. Probably because they're new. Right, transition, the colours aren't totally, you know, there is a bit of a transition, so a few dots will be required. Now go to the olive green. There we go. It's very dark, as you can see. There's not too much variation stepping back. Okay, so now we have these little bits here. I'm not quite sure yet what to do. And these really cute little, they look like little love hearts, don't they? Oh, I should have done them red. But anyway, we're not doing a red today because we've got red now. So I've got red, I've got orange, I've got yellow, I've got pinks, I've got, there's blue. We're going to do some blue in the background. But I think what I'll do first is, the one colour we haven't used is like a purple. So I'm going to use a bit of purple here. And then we're going to colour this bit here. Maybe another green actually, just to balance it out. And then do some blue background on this section. And then we will we might call that part 1 and see how we go. So I've still got a bit here. So this one here, I want to do green, but I'm going to pull the green from the lily pads that we've done here. So just that green combination we did before, the 4 tri-plus. I'm not going to use all 4 though, obviously I won't use the light green. So I'm going to use the lighter greens, I think. So I'm just going to use willow green, which is 51, and then the lime green, 53. So lime green and willow green, those 2. So go for the dark. And this one, what I might do is literally just outline in the darker green and colour in the lighter green, nice and simple. And again, using green here just gives a bit of balance of green. Green for the lily pads, green down here. I'm going over the lines. Quite messily in sunlight with those, but that's okay. The overall effect will be fine. So now I've just gone around the outline there, I'm just going to take the lighter one. And very, very lightly colour the inside. There we go. Okay, so now we've got that one done. Oh, I quite like that. Let's do this section here. Let's do some purples, maybe lilac and purple. The classic ones I use for this one. Sorry, I've got to let the dog out again. She'd make her mind up. Classic combo, purple combo for me is the Stabilo 59, and then the tri-plus light lavender. Tri-plus 62. So do I have those? That's the lavender and the Stabilo. Don't know if I can find the Stabilo. Oh, I've done light lilac 59. 59, yeah. That's those 2 there, light lilac and lavender. There we go. I'll move those. I don't know if you can see them still. I'll put them like that. So then, with these ones, this is quite detailed, definitely quite detailed. So, how am I going to colour them? I think I'm going to start and do these ones with the line, darker colour with the, where the lines meet. Just kind of like what we did with the lily pads. do the darker bit where the lines meet in there, and then leave the plain ones for now, 'cause I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with those. Get the lavender. And just go over. There we go. So it's a really nice colour combo. Move those out of the way for now. Nice purple. So then with the this one, if I maybe outline, yep, do the darker outline, and then we'll do the lighter colour in the centre. That's that. And maybe because I don't like stuff too plain, let's do a few dots. Maybe leave a couple plain as well. There we go. And what colour? I'm going to do the lines purple. What colour are we going to do the outside? Maybe, do you remember this colour here? Number 61, it's a Tri-Plus, the one that we used for that one there. It's quite a purpley pink. Now this one works really well because it's a darker colour with silver dots on it. Yeah, that pink, well, pinky purple goes okay, doesn't it? So definitely when we come to do the silver dots, they'll go really well over this colour. With the Tri Plus, this is probably one of my favourite Tri Plus colours. Nearly missed one then. Right, there we go. Oh yeah, okay. With the white dots on, that'll look good. So looking at this now, we've got these two little ones here. So my thought process is I've got some reds, I've got a bit of orange here, some yellows, greens, blue's going to be in the background, which I'm going to do in a moment. So I think they need to be orange, I would say, because I've only got a little orange fish there. Because they're so small, I'm literally going to use the orange and the light orange. The light orange, no, that's the yellow, sorry. The orange and the yellow Tri Plus. So number 4 and number 110. And just do the going out. We'll go around the black lines on that one, the rest will be yellow. This one more yellow, less orange. Into the light orange there, and this one sort of into the yellow and then the light yellow. I want to outline it in light orange. There we go. Right then, the very last thing are these little bubbles here. Now with these little bubbles, I have done these before. Excuse me. And the way I did them before, where's the blue? I had a little combo of the pastel colours. Where's that one? Wasn't that? That one, was it the neo? Okay, so I'm going to use these 4 on these bubbles. These 4 colours, pastels, all Tri Plus. Number 21, which is a light pink. Number 34. Number 10, which is, let me just tell you the name. So 10 is the light yellow. 53 is the lime green. 21 is the pale, light rose, and then 34 is the one of the blues, aqua blue. Okay, they're the colours, and to find them all out will take me ages, so let's just do this. Now with these bubbles here, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm only going to colour around the edge to make it look bubble-like, but I'm actually going to do all four colours. This is going to sound really weird, you'll see. Do a couple of them. So a bit of the green. Then a bit of the yellow, just round from the green. Just on the edge, I'm just colouring on the edge. And then a bit of the pink. Or is it blue next? I'll go pink next. Can't actually remember on the edge. Something I did when I did there's a koi, quite a detailed koi one that Johanna's got, and this is a colour combo that I came up with. A bit of the blue on the top. Colour combo I came up because I was trying to do like a bubble effect, like a rainbowy bubbly thing. There you go. Don't know if you like it or not. If you don't, you can just outline in blue. Or any colour. Who says bubbles have to be blue? You know when you see like when little kids blow bubbles through the, you know, they got like washing up liquid or whatever, and they're blowing bubbles through the plastic ring. I was trying to get that kind of effect. There we go. Oh, I did in the wrong order then, but anyway. Last one. Green, yellow. And leaving the white centre. Yellow, pink. It's like quarters you're colouring. And then blue. The blue's probably the darkest, so try and be the lightest with the blue. Right, there we go. Right. Anyway, I'm not sure. Oh, let's do these ones up here actually while I'm here. And then we can do the background. Do some embellishing, and then I'll call that the end of part one. So green, pale green, bit of the yellow. And pink, lighter pink. And now the blue. So you see like the whole edge of the bubble is got colour of some kind. Kind of a bit messy as well, but hey. Right, okay, so there we go. So they're the bubbles done. Oh, fish eye. Just while we're here, let's do the fish eye, the blue. Oh, put a bit of a spot on that one. Okay, cool. So now let's do the background before we attack with embellishments. So let's do, now I'm going to pull out my Tombos now because we want a nice kind of light blue. So I've got this Tombow here, number 291. It's just like a very light aqua blue. So that's a brush pen, which I think will be nice. And then just for outlines and stuff, we'll get a corresponding kind of aqua blue, the light, maybe this pale blue actually. Pale blue, Triplus we've just been using, number 34. That's the aqua blue, number 34. And there's ice blue as well in the Stabilo, number 11. So I'll just grab that as well. Nice. Basically looking for number 11 there. We're basically looking for very light, 2 light blues, with a big brush pen. Yep, so you can see. Right. So going for outline. In the areas where there's bigger, heavier things all together, like the lily pads, I'm just going to use a lot of dots and stuff for the outlining. So I'm just going to line there to just give some sort of shadow effect. Let's go around the edge. Pretty carefully now, in the sense of there's already colour on there and you don't want the blue to mix with anything else. I'm going to go around the little bubbles I've just done. Particularly careful on this one because it's yellow. So if that went over, you'd get a green, kind of a green effect. Okay, so you outline a section like that. So this little section. And then I'm going to dot a little. No, Becky, you can do some dots. Yes, I'm going to do some dots. Why not? And remember when we did this, we're just going to dot near the line and less as we go out. So you see, you got that, and then we're gonna get the Tombow and very lightly brush over like that, just to cover the white. You could leave it white. There we go. So I'm going to now do that for the rest of it. Excuse me, I keep sniffing. Let's start up here. Went over that a couple of times because that will leave a bit of a shadow. You could always start with the background. Some people do. Sometimes I do. I do start with the background sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes I do. Depends what mood you're in. I wouldn't, I wouldn't always just do all the background on the picture. I mean, you can just get a bit boring, that's all. You know, a bit same old, same old. So I'm going to be very careful around these leaves. Did you hear my dog do a big sigh then? I don't know if Pam's picking it up. Even he's getting bored. I can't wait. If you have a go with this or follow this or use this for inspiration and do your own colours, yeah, make sure you tag me because I can't wait to see all your pictures. And I will, if you are on Instagram, tag me on Instagram and I will share on my story any that I get tagged in. I've started a Facebook page as well. I can share on the Facebook page if you're only a Facebook user. Everyone's different, aren't they? Some people, I don't use Facebook as much as Instagram these days. But I do go on there for my colouring groups. It's the best place, yeah, for groups. So I am on Facebook. Instagram is a really good place to get inspiration from. If you follow, you know, other colourists, there's some amazing colourists out there, really are. Oh, see, I just slipped then. I'm talking and not concentrating. Yeah, but there are some really good colourists. And also, as a tip, if you don't already, is follow the hashtags, because that's how you find new colourists. You know, if you follow hashtag Johanna Basford, you know, then your newsfeed or your stream or Instagram will bring some of those people up who have used that tag or some of the pictures. And then, yeah, if you see one you like, then you can follow them. And everyone's different as well. That's again, another brilliant thing about our hobby. You've got this white piece of paper with all these different mediums. So, you know, people are into like Fineliners or pencils. And even in the pencils, as you get your Prismacamp, your Polychromo Camp, you know, loads of different ones. And then watercolour pencils as well. You can use your watercolour pencils, your Derwents, or whichever ones you prefer. And then you get some people who use pastels or actual paints as well. It's just there's no end to what you can do. So as well as all the mediums, you've then got your colour combinations, the approaches. I love doing challenges as well. If you're into Johanna Basford, I belong to a fantastic group, moderator of a really great group called Johanna Basford Your Pages. Go and follow it if you're not already following it. And they have some good challenges and events on, and just things that make you do, you know, step out the box. So things like there was one recently that was you could only colour. We were celebrating reaching 20,000 members of the group. And so we did a colour where you only coloured in emerald, using the colour emeralds, different shades of emeralds and whatever, but you can only use the colour emerald for 20th. And that it was a real challenge. You picked a Johanna Basford picture and did it, but there's some amazing work that came out of it as well, some amazing pictures. So sometimes challenges like that stretch you. It's good, makes you think and learn and push out of your comfort zone. And that's another good thing about following other people, getting that inspiration from different people, because everyone approaches, you know, everything a little bit different. We can always learn off everyone. Sharing your pictures on Instagram, never ever think, oh, it's not good enough, or it's not this, or don't worry about how many likes you get or anything like that. Just share, because even if only one person sees it, but actually thinks, oh, I like that colour combination, or I like that, then that's a good thing. It's joyful. Our hobby of ours is joyful. We should share. I'm just going to stop there and attack with the Tombow lightly. I like this Tombow colour. It's kind of slightly turquoisey. Now I've got another one that's more like a sky blue. Just forgot those bits there. There's like a sky blue with this one. I thought because of the water being a little more aqua, be more appropriate. Okay, let's go over here. So that's picking up the purple there. I've got to be a bit more careful. Again, the fish might make a bit more shadow, so I will do a bit more of a blue. I've got a few more dots nearer him. Should we name the fish? What do you look? Bob. Bob the fish creates a bit more shadow, so yes. I think we've even named our fish little Bob. Alright, be a bit more careful here so I don't get that purple. Or maybe that's just inevitable. That's okay, I'll just pretend it meant to happen. Yes, and I really like the effect where you go over and you get a bit of purple. Yes, I meant that to be happen. I knew that would happen. Shadow for Bob. I should just do dots there. Yeah. I've gone over green there, so I'm just gonna go over a bit more just to try and get rid of the green. So where I slipped over the line. Do you remember when you're little and all you had to concentrate on was colouring inside the line? Don't have to worry about shading or anything, or what colours you're going to use. You just got to stay inside the lines. I used to love colouring as a kid. There's no surprise there, I love colouring now. So with this Colouralong, this is very much, you know, because it's the first one, and maybe you're only using Fineliners like this for the first time. It's very much a tester one, or a, you know, I've really tried to explain what and how I'm doing and the thought processes and so on. So obviously it's took a bit longer than it, you know, if I was just colouring normally without fully explaining everything. But hopefully you found it useful, and you can take this section if you've, you know, coloured along with me. Whoa, hang on, I'm just going to wipe my brush there. I went really purple then. Take this section and then apply what you've learned into the other parts. Or do you want me to do the whole picture? There's a question for you guys. Okay, so let's just do this bit here. This is why I couldn't do the background all in one go. I'm getting bored already. And when I get bored, I don't take so much care. It's really bad. Alright, let's just do it. There we go. Okay, now question is, for these bits here, because there's no, see all these we've done so far, there's been like a line, oh, I've missed a bit there, a line to kind of colour within, if you know what I mean. You know, it's kind of been surrounded, whereas this bit isn't. So with these bits here, can you see those? Yep, you can just see those flowers. So with these bits here, I'm going to go around in the blue, and then I think we're going to just fade out with the dots. So yeah, let's do that and actually see. And this is where the ice blue would come in. That's why I was thinking of using that. That's a lighter one. So we could start to use the fade out with a lighter blue. That light blue looks nice against that kind of pinky purple, doesn't it? Actually, because I really like that, the blue against the pink, I'm actually doing quite a big kind of blue outline, as in thicker than I was with the green, when I was going around the green areas. I actually really like the blue. And I'm only outlining the leaves at the moment. I'm not sure I need to outline the stalk part because it's so thin. I might only just dot around that. Let's go around these. Alright, and now definitely do need to go out around the inside. I think when I first started colouring, backgrounds were the biggest challenge. And then, oh well, there's still a challenge now with some of them. I had to, because I was just doing block colour with a lot of my backgrounds, and I had to learn to, or look at different ways of not doing just block colour. Oh, picking up purple on this. But the way you do it, you just experiment and try different things. You see how other people do it and go, oh, I like that, don't like that. Yeah, whatever you're into, really. Right, so that's that outlined in that. I'm just going to outline these leaves here as well. That's my dog again. Staffy, shut the door. Oh, she's going to bark if I don't go and open the door. Hold on one moment. Yeah, okay, come on. think they probably do need to be gone around. Okay, right then. So looking at that, I do need to see how I've gone the blue next to the green. Yeah, it looks completed, whereas this one doesn't. So I'm gonna have to do that without trying not to pick up the purple. I thought I might be able to get away with it, but no, it needs, just need it. There we go. Right, so on these inside bits on there, do the dots like I would before. Little bits. Again, you're dotting near the blue line, less as you go out. And I'm going to keep that same principle just on these outside bits. So at the moment, just do quite a few dots near the blue line. With this one, yeah, same thing. Do quite a few dots through the line, and then I'm just gonna do a few more as we go out. I'm going to introduce the lighter blue though in a second. Just doing all these bits. The little bubbles look a bit better now with colour behind. That should be blue in between. Right then, so that's the dots done. So this one, we'll be doing dots by those flowers. So this one where it goes out, I'm just going to do a few dots out. I'm going to get the Tombow brush pen and fill in the bits I need to fill in there. And when it comes to the edge, I'm going to definitely fill to where the dots are. I'm just doing circles and keeping the holding the pen and the brush pen very light. So it's very lightly touching the paper. I'll need a few dots there. And now I'm actually going to dot with the brush pen. You got to be very careful with the brush pen though. You don't want to, you really don't want to press down too hard because you'll ruin that beautiful tip. You know, the tip, the shape. So if you're going boom, 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 yeah, you'll deaden your brush tip basically. Me oh my, I've nearly finished. I'm just going to do that line there because it's going to get on my nerves. Oh, I need to finish this section anyway. So the last thing I would do now, looking at that, is go, yay! Let's use our fine liner, our silver uniball fine liner, and let's do some dots. I love dots. So looking at this, where would I do the dots? Straight away I'd go to the centre of any flower, so like the pink one over here, and we definitely do a couple of dots in the centre of the flower. All flowers have dots in the centre. They don't have dots, but the silver will pick up the thing there. Dot on the eye of the fish. There we go. Okay, so anywhere, remember I was saying about these dark lines here? So I'm definitely going to dot those. So start at the top and just I'm tapping very lightly, and it should just let out just enough. You gotta be careful with these because you need to let it dry a little bit more than the fine liners, because you're dotting. Sometimes the dots, it's kind of like a little, yeah, leaves a little more ink or whatever. I try not to, you know, I try and do it flowy so it's not too uniform. Although I have, when you start doing it, yours might not be as evenly spaced or whatever. That's just practice, and because I've been dotting all my life, or dotting for a long time. They look good, and when you move that book, there we go, if I move it that way with the light, see, that looks really good. So where else can we do dots? Maybe not dots now, but you know, on the outline of here, the around the lily pad, I mentioned if I didn't like the green, I might get my gold pen. So I've got my gold Uniball Signo pen. And definitely I think on this one. Now with this, when I add the gold, it's gonna look dullish until the light sort of hits it. But then it'll go shiny, it'll look lovely. on that one, and I think that's a stripy one. I'll do the same with this one. If I'm not smudging that, it should be dry now. Doesn't need too long to dry, but it does need a little bit longer than you would like a fine liner. I'm going to try and do this without going over the other one. It's really awkward without being able to turn your book around. Okay, that's that one. Oh, here's another. I need to do a bit on there. That was a line. That one as well. There we go. Okay, so what else can we do? I think the fish deserves a few little gold bits. I'm just going to do very small dots on these scales that were defined. And that's more that when the light catches it, then it will glow really nice. Bit there, maybe a little bit, a couple of dots along his fin. There we go, not too much. That'll do for the fish. And the flower, I'm going to do some dots along the line. Again, you're not going to see it really until it hits the light, but then you will. Okay, some dots on the flower, and maybe just some on the pink flower as well, but I don't want gold with pink. Silver goes better with pink, so I'm going to use the silver pen for that one. So just on the light pink that I did, I'm just going to do a few dots. It's not a very big line, so tiny, tiny dots. And I'll try and move the book so you can see the effect in a moment. Oh man, that one's really, really small. I feel like I'm hardly touching the paper with this one. There we go. Right. Let me just, and there you go. Can you see the, so on the fish and around those, when you do it now, and the gold around the quite good effect, eh? So there we have it. So I would say that's it for part one, that bottom corner. You could take all of these effects and apply the same to the other ones. You've got a few different flowers, but you could apply similar combos. Over in the, so if we move up, so you've got the, the lily pads. Got the lily pads and the flowers are similar. We will. I'll do a part 2 for that part maybe. I think we'll do part 3 for that one. I just didn't realise how long it would take, to be honest. So, but thank you for joining me. Thank you for going through and looking at the picture with me. And hopefully you've coloured with me and got something very similar. And please share. I'd love to see your pictures. That would be great. Thanks a lot. Bye.